Eternal damnation is here at Hell in a Cell.
Welcome to Hell in a Cell. Today's episode was on Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, Season 1, Episode 5, High Stakes Sonic. Original air date, September 10th, 1993. Written by Robert Askin, directed by Kent Butterworth. Mariya?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
You better be.
I promise a good show next time. I swear.
Uh-huh. Right.
I swear.
Right.
Look, this was painful for me too.
Uh-huh.
This is pretty low on the
It
old...
was very low. It was so low. I can't. This was truly, James, Hell in a Cell. It truly was.
That's why I picked the name. Mariya, why don't you give us the plot summary?
Oh God, I don't even remember what the plot is. So bad.
This is hard.
The plot wasn't too bad. It was just, the plot isn't too bad to recap because there was basically nothing in there.
Right, okay.
It starts off with a quote unquote loan shark who was actually a shark whose name is Smiley. His name was Smiley, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I was just checking to make sure I remembered his name. And he has a bus, which is also a shark, and he's basically sort of tricking these sheep into owing him their life, and eventually we find out it's for this other person named Dr. Robotnik, who looks nothing like a robot, by the way. He's the complete human.
You can tell Mariya never played Sonic the Hedgehog.
I never played Sonic the Hedgehog, and after this I never will.
Oh.
And
yes.
Well, yeah, and he's trying to get a statue made, which is not a statue, it's a sphinx, by the way.
Did he say statue in the show?
He says statue. They never say the word sphinx at all in the entire episode.
Is it copywritten?
I don't. Why would the word sphinx be copywritten?
I don't know. Why wouldn't they say sphinx? Never mind. Just keep going.
Do they even know that it's called a sphinx?
No, they don't. That's just.
And basically, yeah. Sonic and Tails, who's just there because for some reason he's there because he does absolutely nothing the entire episode except for get caught.
Mariya, please clarify. Who are you speaking of?
Tails.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Sonic tries to get these sheep out of
bondage,
debt, out of servitude, lifelong servitude, and well, he saves them several times, but these people are sheep, and so they keep getting themselves into situations where Sonic just has to help them out again. And basically Robotnik gets pissed off because Sonic is destroying all of his plans to make a sphinx. For some reason he wants sheep to make a sphinx. I don't even nothing makes sense.
Keep going.
And so basically he kidnaps Tails and then holds Tails hostage and has the sheep bet on Sonic winning a race, and then, basically blackmails Sonic to lose the race that way, or else he would kill Tails, or, whatever the nice way of saying kill is, because they never actually specifically say kill. Anyway, he runs for the race. He's competing with another robot who is, that whole race was just weird.
They had to
Sonic got
go
smashed by a
up-
rock.
Yeah.
They had to go up a mountain, get a flag, and then come back. And basically somehow Sonic knows where Tails is. He digs a hole, finds Tails, rescues Tails, then jumps out right in front of the finish line, takes the flag, and wins the race, but it's too late because Robotnik has already taken all the sheep. And then, Sonic goes, finds Robotnik, frees the sheep slaves, and we all live happily ever after. The end. The end. God.
This was really bad.
It's too late for this.
Where do we start?
I don't know.
Where do we start with this? Because there's so many things wrong with everything about this.
I can't.
Okay.
It's so in my notes it says slightly above the lowest bar.
Oh yes. Well, all right. Let's talk about that because this cartoon was originally produced in the 90s by Deke Animation.
Okay.
Deke, if you grew up in the 90s, you knew Deke because they produced a few pretty popular quote unquote shows. That
quote unquote shows.
I mean, okay, they're like the amount of stuff that they produced quality wise was usually really bad. They had they had this. A lot of it was based on cartoons.
Right.
They had the original Inspector Gadget cartoon.
Okay.
Which, yeah. They had, oh my god, they had Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling.
Oh, I've heard of that.
That's a stay tuned.
Oh,
we're going to watch one of those. We're going to have to find it on the internet somewhere. But, and one of the Chipmunks shows. Holy crap, they produced a lot of really bad stuff.
God.
And then they had two things that were going for them. They had not this show, but the other Sonic the Hedgehog show. Which is
so you're telling me they were running two Sonic the Hedgehog shows?
At the same time.
Why?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know, Mariya, and you had this show.
That doesn't even make any sense.
No, it really didn't. Okay, this just in. All right, here's why they were running two. Okay, here's my theory about why they were running two shows. Because according to this, oh no, wait. Okay, interesting. What? This doesn't make any sense. Never mind. This theory is broken already. This makes no sense.
But what's the theory?
Well, I was looking at on the Wikipedia, and there's a whole bunch of production companies associated with this show. Well, the good Sonic the Hedgehog show, which we will get to eventually. It's good, Mariya. It's not this. Okay?
I don't believe you.
I promise.
I have trust issues now.
Mariya, I promise you. It's actually good.
Fine. Okay.
Not great.
Okay, fine.
But not this.
Okay.
Somehow also produced by Deke. Anyway, it's the good one was just produced by Sega, who owns Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay.
So that's interesting. It might be a thing of like too many cooks in the kitchen with this show.
Oh yeah.
Because this is there's a lot of weird things. Oh yeah, and the other thing they had was Sailor Moon.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah, they were the original dubbers of Sailor Moon.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Weird, huh?
Yeah. Especially after this dubbing.
Oh god, the voice acting.
Oh god, the voice acting
Okay.
was horrible.
Yes, no. Okay, there are a few like voice acting vets around here according to sources. So it could just be like the direction.
So you're telling me that Butterworth was not worth butter?
What? Oh god, you had to stretch so hard, Marie. You had to stretch so hard with that one. Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyway, you have so you got Jaleel White.
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
Nope.
Okay, do you know who Urkel is?
No.
Really?
Not really.
Okay. This is a late 80s, early 90s thing.
That explains why I have not heard of any of these.
Yeah, exactly. This is hard with a young person like you.
Wow.
Okay, so there was this show called Family Matters.
Okay.
It was a black sitcom.
Mm-hmm.
Who was basically just about an all-American family.
Okay.
And then in one season they introduced it. Why am I talking about this? Because Sonic the Hedgehog is stupid.
Right.
Anyway, they introduced a guest star, Jaleel White, on there, who played Urkel, an annoying nerd.
Okay.
And basically he took over the show after that because he was so popular.
Oh.
And that kind of shot him into stardom, kind of.
Okay.
And then he did this. He's also Sonic in the other good Sonic the Hedgehog show.
Okay.
And then you've got a child who got lost playing Tails. What is
basically
his name? Christopher Welch, who never went on to do anything ever.
Right.
Oh my
Fun times.
god, Dr. Robotnik was voiced by Long John Baldry.
Who's this person?
I don't know, but his name is Long John Baldry. Hold on, I'm gonna look him up.
Well, it's very long.
Like, what? He was in MacGyver? Oh, I guess one episode of MacGyver. Oh, he might be dead. Yep, he died in 2005. Rest in peace.
He might be dead.
Yeah. Okay. He is just a voice actor.
Rip.
I don't think he was in anything of note. Aside from this, I guess.
Yep.
Yep.
Anyway.
What else is there to say? The animation is really bad.
The theme was...
Oh god, the theme song!
Was just... I think... So, James, from what I can tell from the theme, I think we were watching Sonic. I'm not sure, though. But I think we were watching Sonic.
Oh god, it was so bad. Okay, look. Okay, can we talk about this really quick? Not the theme, but like the general like style of the show. Was very like Looney Tunes. Did you pick up on that?
It was, but just like very low budget Looney Tunes.
Exactly. It was like I guess like a early Hanna-Barbera trying to be Looney Tunes.
Yeah, just like kind of I got kind of like Roadrunner vibes. Especially like when he ran.
I bet that's what they were really hoping for, was like a Roadrunner cartoon. Oh,
like it had a lot of Roadrunner vibes, like especially
right.
when Sonic like runs, like when they had that one scene where he's like running and like the road kind of moves with him.
Okay.
Like as though it was like a carpet, and that happens a lot in Roadrunner.
Here's the problem though. The Roadrunner cartoons are genius.
They are. And like I said, a low budget Roadrunner.
This is garbage.
Like a very, very low budget Roadrunner.
This is so bad. Oh, it's so bad. God. You know what? Hold on. We're gonna pause here because I
Okay.
want to show you the theme song from the other Sonic cartoon.
Okay.
So we're just gonna pause here so I could show Mariya that. How is that song still so catchy after all these years?
I don't know, but I've seen it, like I saw it for the first time.
Is
And the backgrounds were so much nicer, and the animation looked so much cleaner.
Yep.
Uh,
See,
it looked so much better.
now you believe me?
I do. I mean, the other time I was just kind of pulling your leg a little bit, but
So you've got this like really well animated, really catchy intro, really good for grabbing you and reeling you into the show.
right.
Imagine waking up Saturday, early morning, turning this on and getting pumped.
Yeah, no, I definitely get that vibe.
And then you got this.
Oh god.
Then you've got Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
And
It just makes me sad, James.
does it make you sad?
It's just why? What was the atrocity that was Dr. Robotnik in an Egyptian outfit, which was nothing more than a loincloth?
Robotnik was naked in this episode.
He was basically naked.
It was bad. It was
And he
so
had
bad.
like a diamond in his belly button. Like, what the hell was that?
Yeah, it was bad.
I don't
so
understand. Bad. I don't know what they were trying to go for here.
Yeah, what were they trying to go for?
What were they trying to do? What were they trying to go for? Like, there's much better ways that they could have dressed him if they wanted him to be like Egyptian. That's hella offensive. God.
Oh, and
yeah.
By the way, Mariya, Robotnik in this show, really bad voice acting.
Right.
The Robotnik in the other show is voiced by Jim Cummings.
Oh.
You know who that is?
I've heard of the name.
Okay, good. He's the legendary Jim Cummings.
Yes.
Guy who has been in so many things, I don't think IMDb can contain it anymore. Who is just immaculate, perfect, no matter what.
Right. And then there was this other person.
Then there's this other guy who's just like, ugh.
I
don't know. I don't want to rag on him too much, but it's just there's just so misplaced ideas and like, can we talk about the backgrounds?
Yes, we can.
They were weird. It was very confusing for me because you had like these kind of interesting like old UPA style backgrounds, it's like monocolors.
Yeah.
Style, you know what I'm talking about. But then when I'm thinking like, well, they're not gonna put those in the background when they're animating the characters. That would be too hard. They're just gonna put them in front of a blank wall.
Right.
Or just zoom in on the character with like a James Bond style. I don't even know.
I don't know what was going on and why Sonic was dressing up like 10 different things.
Well, that's like a Bugs Bunny homage.
Yes, but like also why?
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. Why?
It just adds to the very kind of like low budget Looney Tunes vibe.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if that's what they were going for, it worked. But like,
I mean, they shouldn't want to go with that. I don't think
that's not something you want to go for, right? Like, you want to make your own cartoon.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I guess it does feel like a bad ripoff.
Yeah. I mean, and plus, like, this was around the same times as Looney Tunes was... Wait, no, was Looney Tunes older?
Yes,
How much
way
older
older.
was Looney Tunes?
Much older.
Okay.
Like, they started
that
in the
makes sense.
30s, Mariya.
That makes sense. But, I mean, still, though.
Well,
like...
you were still watching them. They were still on.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, like, the enough time for it to become old has not passed for them to be wanting to do, you know, like an homage to Looney Tunes.
I disagree.
Basically. Okay.
I mean, like, Looney Tunes is old.
Yeah. No, I get
you
that.
You can do an homage to the Looney Tunes style. Like, you can repackage it and do it over again. It's just you got to do it well.
Yeah, it just feels like they were trying, but they weren't trying hard enough. They were just doing it very half. I feel like maybe there was some kind of conflict with the writers or something, where like some of them wanted to do it and some of them didn't want to do it, and so it was very like half-hearted.
Well, I mean, it's also really, really cheap. Like, this is really cheap.
It does feel like it.
Well, here's the thing: it's a comedy show. Mm-hmm. You're not going to be putting all your budget into it. It's not. Right. It's not like an action show like He-Man or the Transformers, where you're going to actually put a little bit of money into making it look cool.
Mm-hmm.
But still, it looks really, really cheap.
Right.
Even then, it looks really cheap. It
really does.
It's like basement Korean animation here.
Yeah.
God.
Oh, you want to talk about the nincombutt?
Okay, you set it up, and we can have a conversation. Finish out the episode with that.
Okay. Well, so I think it was Dr. Robotnik that said this to his robot henchman.
Yes.
One with like a pointy nose and whose arm can turn into a pen, apparently.
God, that was weird.
I was just like, what?
It's bad. It's bad Looney Tunes style.
Excuse me. Yeah. And so he calls the robot a nincombutt.
Mm-hmm.
Which the actual French word for someone stupid is nincompoop. And I paused the video and I asked James, like, hey James, are they allowed to say poop? And we didn't really actually know. If they were.
I would say no.
And that would explain why they said nincombutt instead of nincompoop.
Yeah. Back in the 90s, the networks were pretty strict about what they could actually put on, not like put in the shows, but like what they could say. They were very concerned about words, I believe. This is my extrapolation for what I know. To the point where did you ever watch The Angry Beavers?
I did not, no.
Okay, there was
never even heard of that.
There was one episode that got censored.
Okay.
Because they said shut up in the episode. And in later broadcasts, it got censored to shush up.
Oh. So they couldn't even say shut up?
Apparently, yes.
Wow.
I believe it was the head of Nick at the time was very, like, anti, like, talking back, like, yeah, saying, like, shut up, or I guess that's it, yeah.
Shut up doesn't even make it to the, like, bad words list anymore, like...
Well, no, not even close.
Not even close, man. There's worse. There's so much worse.
It was an interesting time. You had a lot of, like, parent groups out there who were very concerned about what was being shown on television at the time. So, yeah, it would not surprise me if Deke got a letter from the networks being like, hey, you can't say poop.
You can't say poop.
And they
not even if it's part of a different word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they probably, like, sent this off to the networks, and they probably literally sent it back and said, you can't say poop.
Oh,
You can't say
Then why
nincompoop.
say Okay, this is what I'm really pissed off about, okay, James?
Mm-hmm.
He says nincombutt. Why doesn't he just call him a nincombot? He's a robot.
That is because they probably if I was gonna devil's advocate this, I would say that they probably had to censor it really quickly before airtime.
But
they probably had to.
But nincombot is so close to nincombut, and nincombot would make it so much funnier.
Mariya.
Yes.
Look at the level of writing in this show. And tell me that they could think of something that smart. All offense to what was his name? Who wrote this show?
Robert Askin.
All offense to Robert Askin.
Oh God! Come on, Robert. Come on.
This is bad.
Your name is so close to robot. Come on.
Oh God, it's bad. It's bad. Is it? Okay, here's my question, Mariya. Is it worse than Rocket Power?
Oh God, that's a difficult choice to make. They both just make me wanna.
Is this the bottom of the barrel? I would say at least Rocket Power's animation was better.
Marginally, and I would probably be more likely to watch Rocket Power than
this.
Yeah.
I mean, this made more sense than Rocket Power.
It did, yeah. That's what it's like a different kind of war going on here.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, we didn't talk about the pig woman.
Let's not.
Let's not. I don't know what's going on over there. Let's just leave that alone.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I mean, if I had the choice, I would just turn off the TV.
Okay, you're in a chair and you're forced to watch one of the two.
Oh God, I'm gonna close my eyes. That's it. I don't know.
Alright. Well, we need to know which is the bottom so that we can compare all other ones.
Oof.
Is this worse than blank?
I would say overall, and it would probably be because Rocket Power was a lot shorter. That Sonic was worse because it was so much. It was.
That's true.
So atrocious is what it was. Just a lot of things in it, basically. The whole Egyptian kind of pseudo mini theme that they were going for, which I don't know. They could have just as easily had them be making some other kind of statue, rather than having to bring a totally different sort of historical culture in and just ripping it off. And
we could have also not had to see naked Robotnik.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. He could have just been fully dressed, having them make some kind of giant statue of him, and that would have sufficed just as well. I mean, I know that they were trying to go for the whole Egyptian kind of servitude situation, slave servitude situation that they had going there, but there's also a city and there's a bus, and I'm just we
didn't even talk about the bus.
The bus was a shark and it was gross.
Why was it gross?
Cause every time the stupid tongue thing that came out for them to climb on and make the squishy sound.
It didn't even come out of its mouth.
It didn't even come out of his mouth. If that was what you wanted to do, you could have just made the entrance of the bus from in front of the bus.
No, it has to be on the side and a tongue has to come out. Because it's a bus.
I don't understand, James. Of all of the logic that they break, they couldn't have broken that one logic just to make it more sensible.
They broke way more things than logic here, Mariya.
I mean, I know, but like, if you're at it, you might as well just do everything wrong.
That's okay. That's true. If you're going to just do something wrong, you do everything wrong.
Yeah, like then you know it's on purpose, and you know, it's just like everything that they did seemed very half-hearted, basically. Like, with one foot out the door, they were just like, yeah, we're gonna have a shark bus, but we're gonna keep this much logic that the bus still goes and opens from the side. And I'm like, but we're gonna have a tongue come out, that's for sure. Like,
I'd say it's laziness.
Yeah, I mean, what were you on? Like, what were you on, good sir?
I wouldn't be surprised if the original script said that it was the mouth, and just the animators over in Korea or Taiwan. There are multiple studios working on this, so I don't know. There's just things got mistranslated or messed up, and so they did that. That's usually what happens if you have like a weird animation thing. Is that the animator, like, well, at least in the early 90s, early 80s, late 80s, early 90s, is what happens is the animators over in Asia didn't get a clear idea of what they were supposed to do. So you just get,
I see.
You get weird things like that.
Like a very squishy tongue that just gets...
Yeah, I'm sure what happened is he said, like, the door opens and a tongue comes out. And he meant, like, the mouth. Or, you know what I bet what it was? Like, he said, like, the mouth opens and a tongue comes out, but then later scenes, he says the door opens and a tongue comes out, and it just... They probably animated that section first. And so they couldn't, like, change it. That's my guess. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a possibility. I mean, once you say it like that, and, it's like, that's interesting.
All I know is that, when they sent over the roughs, I guess, I don't know if they must have had storyboards somewhere around here. Unfortunately, in these times, they didn't credit really the storyboard artists.
Right.
It was mostly the writers, which is fine, I guess. But anyway, when they sent the ideas over to Asia, usually Korea, South Korea,
right?
That's what would happen if you weren't clear.
Huh. Well, learn something new every day.
Yeah, and we already explained about model sheets and why they're very important.
Yes, we talked about that. If you don't remember, go back and listen to the previous one,
an episode,
or the one before that.
Somewhere around there, I don't know. Who cares?
Just re-listen to them all, and you'll find it somewhere.
And leave a review on iTunes.
Yep.
Whatever. Oh wait, no, this is a Patreon thing. They don't have to review shit.
I mean, it would be nice if they did anyway, obviously. But
it's not going to be on there.
I know. I'm sure they can comment somewhere, James.
Yes, they can. You can comment on the Patreon if you hate the show, love the show. I don't know.
Think I'm stupid and should stop talking because I know nothing about animation. You can totally say that. It's a free country. Wherever you're from, hopefully.
I enjoy you being here because you give it a very important perspective.
That is of the layman who knows nothing.
But you do catch stuff that I don't catch, too.
Oh, well, that's because I'm a diligent note taker.
It's good to have. So shut up!
I'm just saying it's a free space to say stuff. Just don't be too mean. I have a fragile ego.
Yeah. This show sucked.
It did.
Are we rating these now? Is that a thing?
We rated it by fingers last time, remember?
Oh, right. We were doing the fingers thing.
Oh, how many fingers did they have on this one? I think it was like 3 fingers.
I would be shocked if it wasn't. I would be shocked if it
Like-
wasn't 3 fingers or 2 fingers and a thumb.
Oh my god.
That's just how lazy it was.
No. Let me.
I don't even want to look it
No, they
up.
had 3 fingers.
Did they? Okay.
3 fingers and a thumb.
Okay. Well, what do you rate this?
Like amputated arm.
Not even
Does that?
just
Does that
an
count?
empty hand. Nothing. They didn't even animate the hand. It's just a ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the elves in Hilda.
Oh yeah.
That's what I would give them.
Hilda, a light years better show than this.
Oh my god.
There'll be an episode on Hilda eventually.
Yep, eventually.
You're gonna do that with Emily.
Yep.
If you
For
don't
the
know-
record, I don't know this person and I've never met this person, nor have I ever seen her.
It'll
Heard her.
be
I mean, I've heard her remotely.
It'll be fun.
Right.
I think you.
That's
two,
what they all say.
I think you two will have a fun conversation.
Okay. Cool.
It's mostly because I haven't finished watching Hilda.
You lazy bum.
Yep.
Anyway.
I think we're done.
Yes.
This
We
was
very much are. This was bad.
all right. Well, see ya.
That's all, folks. Hey, James.
What?
Did you hear?
What?
Satan's opening his new theater in hell.
That's where we live.
And our listeners can join us for just $1.
That costs less than the Netflix subscription I steal.
So head over to patreon.com/chaoticsilly to join us for our exclusive podcast, Movie Night in Hell.
It's like hell in a cell, but with movies.
So join us for our screening of A Scanner Darkly in Hell.
Bring popcorn. No free refills.